a movement more than just music. So we'll see what that is. All right. By the way, I think Timbaland recently. Let me see if I could Google it. Timbaland. Timbaland was pretty much like kind of showcasing like is it this? Let's see. Here we go.
All right, so I'm sitting here with my brother, Creative God, and we know that it's a lot of talk about AI. We know how the feelings of violating certain things, but let me tell you something. I got a solution. I'm working on it. It's going to be beneficial to everybody. But in the meantime, I got to share something I've been working on because I always wanted to do this and I never got a chance to. I always wanted to work with Big and I never got a chance to. Until today, it came out right. Play.
Now I pen when I keep it trigger like sneeze. Roll my cigar, fuck around and get the big C's. Got her in my palm, she won't be my man squeeze. Look up, cheese, it ain't obvious in me. Keep my heart gold, so glowing when I'm grinning. Frozen cabbage on my canine, my fly shimmy. Garbage robbers dropping trash, I bet I am a tree. My man don't give a gift, she said it's not giving. If you want to smoke, I gotta keep a hot chimney. See how I smoke, young dog, pot nips me.
All right, so
by the way, I think what he's playing is like an AI big verse over like his beat, and he said he always pretty much wanted to produce for Biggie. I'm telling y'all, like this AI shit, I see a lot of artists lashing out against it, even including infamously Drake. Drake is acting like he's not really fucking with it. Of course, he's not gonna be fucking with it when niggas could like again. Not saying Drake's still in his prime, but like, bro, niggas is making hot Drake songs without Drake. You get what I mean? Like, people feel like they know Drake so much that they could fucking make a song in his voice and tone and cadence that is hot as well. Of course he's going to say, I don't fuck with it. You know why he's going to say he don't fuck with it? Because it takes away some of the mystique. If somebody could create a Jordan clone who does exactly the same things as Jordan, you're going to be like, wait, maybe it's not Jordan. Maybe it's just like people fell in love with this and like people kind of get, what I mean? It's a little different for music than sports because sports you actually have to do it. Music is whatever. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think people are going to start accepting it. What nobody's actually talking about the utility of it. Like, obviously I've looked at it and I've mentioned it with a bunch of artists. I mentioned it with 100K Track. He's on the last episode of Off the Record where I said, well, what about if somebody like dies or go to jail, but they wrote or they had ideas for music? Like people like, for example, still mention him even though whatever. Say NBA Youngboy and he had that song Still Waiting. That song Still Waiting was recorded kind of over the jail phone. Imagine if somebody took that and just kind of put it into an AI and then the AI wrapped it in Youngboy's voice to sound like he was in the studio. That song's fire. I don't care whether he's in jail or not. That shit's fire. So like I look at that and I'm like, yo, that's the joint, right? So can't you see people using or utilizing like AI to kind of like, oh, okay, you have a great idea that might be stuck in your phone or you recorded it, but you never recorded the full thing. They can make the AI do it and sound clean, right? So that's one utility of it. Of course, I mentioned people being locked up or in jail, but also I just think about, what people don't want to even admit, even though we've been through this whole Drake thing before, people make reference tracks all the time. A lot of songs you hear might be a reference track of an unknown nigga who made the hook, right? Usually just the hook and the beats associated with it. And they pitch it to someone and someone like, oh, that's fire. Okay, I'm going to sing the hook. So now the ghostwriter's off of it. You know how easy for ghostwriting is going to be when you could just like have your voice doing a hook, but sounding like the artist you're trying to sell it to? So, okay, you want Drake to cop it. How about you just do the verse and then have AI translate it in Drake's voice? So now when Drake hears it, like imagine Drake, that's why I said Drake is talented. Drake heard Quentin Miller, and that nigga sounds like he was a dying pig, like a pig getting gutted or some shit. And he fucking still saw the talent, like, oh no, that's gonna be a hit. Let me sing it over. Imagine if you didn't have to like even have that imagination. You just fucking put out the shit where fans and whoever could just listen to your music and just almost think that you're whatever it is. So I see some utility for it, and I think Timbaland doing it in this way, I think there's utility with it. Only thing I would kind of caution him about is because, like, when you come to playing with people's estate and people's voice, especially if they died, like, I don't care how cool you think Biggie's voice sounds over your beat, bro. Like, if you're gonna put out for public consumption, especially if you're a popular artist, you should talk to his mom. Is his mom cool with that being out? Shit. Again, and it could be for whatever reason. Maybe Biggie would have put it out if he was still alive, but shit, like you have to kind of look towards that state for them to tell you what's cool and not, because at the end of the day, yes, somebody passed away, but that's not an entitlement on you to make all the money you want and ignore reality and shit like that. You should make sure a family member is kind of cool with it. So it's kind of what I think about it. Chat, I am reading chat, and people say, "Yo, check